Welcome back. Our lecture today, the idea or concept of reality. In this lecture, we will try to gain a comprehensive understanding of the concept of reality. The word reality, or the concept of reality, needs to be seen as situated between two other major concepts. One is appearance, and the other is nothingness. That is to say, to truly understand reality, we need to have a sense of appearances as well as nothingness. The concept of appearance is made clear when we observe a magician engaged in levitating or making a woman float before our eyes. Observing the woman float, we engage ourselves and say, wow, this is wonderful. In our mind, we're thinking, he is very good, he has some wires, he has something that is there that's allowing us to have this experience, because in reality, we know women don't float. This is our belief, women don't float. But we embrace that appearance as being good. Okay? There's another sense of the appearance, for example, when we're looking at what is most fundamental. We may take, for example, this stapler and say, look, what is this made of? You know, plastic, rubber, metal. But then we say, no, what's most fundamental there? This is the appearance, all right? What is the most real part here? Some people argue it's atoms and molecules. The molecules become the reality, okay, that's arranged in such a way to produce this device, appearance and reality. We must have a sense of appearances in order to make a real comprehensive understanding of what entails reality. Another aspect of appearances deals with the idea of aesthetics. In aesthetics, one engages in theater, music, dance for the mere appearance of it and its value to the human experience. On the other side of reality, we have this concept of nothingness, for something not to be real at all. There are different levels. For example, we could talk about the non-existence of certain things. This year we have model Cadillac that's real and exists, already in production. Next year's model car has not been produced. We say that's non-existent, but that's a temporary, a contingent. The concept we use is contingent, non-existent. Doesn't exist now, but could exist in the future. So part of reality is understanding that certain things may not exist now, but can exist in the future. We also have the view that there may be certain things that are necessary non-existence. Of all things that could exist, some things can never be. For example, any claim of something being real that violates the principle of non-contradiction. To claim, for example, that a mango can exist and not exist at the exact same time is a contradiction. We need to declare this as a necessary non-existence. These two concepts, appearance and nothingness, sit on either side of reality. To get a good sense of reality, we need to explore these two concepts on occasions. Reality itself, in philosophy, the main focus of that notion has been the idea of substance. What is real has a particular substance. Substance deals with the stuff, the material, the fundamental material that allows for everything else. Okay? What is the stuff of this stapler? What's the fundamental material? A major issue emerged quite early. Some philosophers argued that there's only one fundamental stuff. These philosophers are called monists. Monism is the view there's only one fundamental stuff, which gives rise to everything that we observe and experience. Pluralists is the view that pluralists are those who hold on to the belief that there are many fundamental substances. So pluralism is the view that there are many fundamental substances. The theories we'll be looking at in this course suggest that there are infinite number of fundamental substances. There's one more theory to talk about, and that's dualism. Dualism is the view that there are exactly two fundamental substances. Right? There are two fundamental substances that make up ultimate reality. This is a debate. We can select, not select. But when we talk about fundamental stuff, we have this issue. In addition, in looking at reality and looking at the stuff of it all, we also came to the idea that things exist. What is real has existence. This is studied under the area known as ontology. Ontology is the study of being or existence. Some things, philosophers noted, have temporary or contingent existence. Contingent existence means something that exists now, but whose existence is transient, like the mango. We eat the mango. Boom, it's all gone. The seed remains, we toss it out, eventually ends up in a landfill somewhere and dissolves back into nature. We say that mango has contingent existence. But philosophers ask, but the material of which the mango is made, is that also contingent? Is the material go back into nothingness? Okay? Very quickly, some philosophers propose the idea that fundamental stuff has necessary existence. A necessary existence is something that exists, okay? Currently exists. And the denial of that existence, we cannot deny this existence without contradiction. Okay? We cannot deny this existence without contradiction. Very quickly, philosophers began to argue that fundamental reality, fundamental stuff, has necessary existence. In addition to understand the nature of existence of what we're taking to be real, philosophers had to grapple with the idea of cosmology or order. Cosmology is the study of order, generally conceived. It began by looking at artifacts. Artifacts are those things produced by human beings. Our cars, cell phones, houses, produced by human beings. Intelligent creatures making things the way they are. Then philosophers had to know that nature also produced things in a precise and exact way. So the question is, how does that occur? Cosmological theories attempt to explain these things. There are several levels that are looked at. Under one level, the level of natural kinds. Natural kinds entails the animals, of which there are millions, the plants, of which there are millions, fish, of which there are millions, birds, of which there are millions, humans, of which there are millions. How do these things become the way they are? What theory can you suggest that explains that? Then there's the natural elements: earth, water, fire, air, and the ancients believe in ether. If you believe there's a fundamental stuff, whether you are monist, pluralist, or dualist, you believe that fundamental stuff becomes these things. It becomes the earth and the water. How does that occur? Please explain that in your theory, your cosmological explanation. And then there's the cosmos itself. The stars move with precision. The planets move with precision. The sun behaves in a particular way. What is going on? How do you explain the precision of the stars? Your cosmological theory should explain all of that. So when you talk about metaphysics and what's ultimately real, these are some of the issues that you must be able to explain. And we're going to review some of these theories. One last topic that emerged for the philosophers was the idea of abstract entities. Some things seem to be real. We needed to treat them as real. For example, numbers or universals, like quantifying concepts, which they don't exist. We don't want to say numbers exist like a stuff. This exists. But do we want to say 2 or 3 exist? I don't think so. But then again, they're real. We need to understand reality. You need to be able to quantify it. So they're real. These things became known as abstract entities. Philosophers also grappled with that. So the idea of reality then entails several different components. A clear understanding of reality as distinct from appearances as well as nothingness. And at the same time, understanding the depth of what we take to be real. Fundamental substance, its ontological nature, and its cosmological nature, as well as the phenomena or the existence of what we take today or we call as abstract entities.